On today's episode of MotoCheez.
Someone's sleeping on the job. What is up, guys? Welcome to Cheezy's Garage once again for another cheesy review. I have another on the large side to be portable power station, 2000 watt with a LiFePO4 battery, pure sine wave, 1460 watt hour, 455,000 milliamp hour. MPPT solar charging, digital display, and a BMS battery system. That's a big one.
That's what she said.
24-month warranty, Mars-2000. Let's get it unboxed. Fancy. I feel so eloquent. User's manual. Warranty card. Covers up to a period of 2 years, 24 months for labor. Got a pretty massive charger. 8 amp, 204 watt charger. So it's going to take a few hours to charge off of this. Several hours. AC power cord. Solar panel connector. And a DC power cord. It's pretty heavy duty. Wow. Comes with a fancy holder for the accessories. Definitely got a little bit of weight to it. It's like 36 pounds is accurate. We're at 70% charge. Looks like it's already set for 60 hertz. Oh, get a little static. That'll go away. USB power, DC out power, 2 inputs, your solar and your AC power adapter, 3 AC power out. All these you just have to tap, the AC you have to hold to turn on and off. Power this up. See if it says anything about how long it's going to take to charge. Doing 206 watts. Oh, sensing. 204, 206 watts. We'll let her charge fully. I do not see a wireless charger. Although that could be, I don't think so. And I do not see an LED on this one. So it is a portable unit, but it's quite heavy. But it does have a massive output, so that's to be expected. We are fully charged, so let's get to testing this unit. All the accessories do fit in the bag. A little tight, but it will zip. Let's check the sine wave out on this. We're at 100%. Nice clean sine wave, about 114 volts RMS, 59.88 hertz. Looks pretty good. Let's plug in a fan and see how it affects it. Had one of you guys say to try it with something plugged into it, so let's try it. We'll plug in this one fan. Didn't seem to affect it at all. Pretty nice. Let's see how the DC port is working here. 13.35 volts out on the DC. So this has 2 USB-A's that are 5 volt 2.4 amp out, one 3.0 USB-A, which is multiple amperage out, multiple voltages for different charging situations, and a 60 watt USB-C out. Two different style charging inputs, cigarette socket style out and the other two style plugs output, which are 8 amps. 2000 watts at 110 volts is a little bit over 18 amps. So I could power some pretty good stuff with this. We'll turn the USB section on. We'll try each of these plugs. That's a standard charge, 56 minute until full charge. 56 minutes until fully charged. This should be a fast charger. Fast charge, 44 minutes. And then we'll try the USB-C, which is fast charge, 42 minutes. And that should be about 18 watts. It's showing 10. We'll try the other USB-A, fast charger. That's at 10-11 watts. And these bottom two, 6-7 watts. So I plugged this in and started recording, and I wasn't recording. So what I'm doing is I'm using this electric heater, which is 1500 watts max. It says 1500 watts seems to be the maximum they'll allow you on 110 volts in the United States. No matter how big or little of a fan that you buy to heat, it's only going to be 1500 watts max. So you're better off getting the most compact, right? That's what I do. So it's running at about 851. We could plug in both of those fans too. So let's do it. This has a 4000 watt surge. So we'll plug the smallest fan in first. So we're only at 1000 watts. Now we'll put the big fan on. This is going to put a good load. See how it handles that. No problem. Went up over 1400. But we're still at only 1270. 1260. So I did log the time when I started it, even though I didn't record it at first, and that was 1:24. Ooh, those fans are working pretty good. Now these fans aren't blowing in, they're blowing out. Dual fans. Almost 5 minutes, drew down to 94%. Takes a lot of power to make electric heat. Get my infrared meter. There we go. Oh, that power cord gets a little warm, huh? It's not warm to the touch, but it does get a little warmer. And it's pulling like 9 amps. 302 degrees. Let's see what's coming out of these fans. Pretty good. It's not heating up really at all. The motor on the fan. Unit's staying pretty cool. Well, you could really see it's drawing the power. I always forget to use my FLIR 1 infrared heat detector. It says this is warmer, but you can't feel it to the touch because it's only a few degrees. Woo, that's hot. 135. So it's 11 minutes and we're at 82%. Still drawing 1250 watts. Jumping to 1255. It says charge inputs. You can use a Type C PD60. So that claims to be a charge port, according to the book here. 6 to 10 hours on a wall charger, 21 to 30 hours in a car, 24-month warranty, like I mentioned that before. This has a 1460 watt-hour battery. Now we're drawing 1236, so this should last an hour, since this has a 1460 watt-hour battery in it. We will see. Sun is shining pretty good. Have to set up the solar panel, see how that works. Nice that they supply you with a solar panel connector. We'll also try the 12-volt charge. We'll see what else we can throw at it. With about 18.2 amp output and about a 36 amp surge, this should run pretty much anything that's 110 volts. Set my welder, maybe at a low setting. Got a pretty high output fan, see? Or should I say fans. There's 2 muffin fans on it. They do make some noise when they're ramped up. 147, a little over 20 minutes, and we're at 62%. 156, and we're at 47%. Will it make an hour? Alright, we're at 30%. 207. It's at 10%. Coming up on 50 minutes. Will it make it to an hour? 9%. 8%. 222. 7%. 223. 6%. Exactly an hour. It's almost 2:30 and it's been holding at 1% for quite a while. Alright, just shut down. 2:30 on the button. So that's not too bad. Let's get it charged back up. So it did as expected. Now I want to plug it into the solar panel. Since the sun is shining pretty good, the clouds are in and out today. That's a 100-watt solar panel. Best I've ever gotten out of it was 70 watts. Let's see what we get here. Wow, the sun is cranking today. New record on my solar panel. Let's leave that for a bit and come back. Well, it's been about an hour, but I'm in the shade now. So it does work. We're going to hook it back up to the 110 since it's 1%. See how long it takes. Let's get our 12-volt adapter. Let's see how many watts we'll do with this. And fans are a little loud, but I'd rather be cool than quiet. So it looks like 26 or 28 watts. Let me start it up. We'll see what it'll do when the van is charging. About 13.8 volts. Looks like about 80, what? 81, 84, close to 85 watts, 86. Of course, it's always better when the car is running. Higher voltage. So we'll plug it back into the 110. It's 358. We'll see how long it takes. Close to 200, about 200 watts. It's now 8:11. And we're at 54%. It's a big battery at 200 watts. The time is now 9:50 and it's at 75%. I stayed up late to catch it and I just missed it. It's now 11:48. Let's see if this actually does charge off of this. 13, let me start it. We're putting out 14.1 volts. We're still only charging at 27 watts. So let's see what this will run. I have a table saw, chop saw. Try to think of a few other things I could run off of it. Let's see if it'll run this table saw. Claims 10 amps. This is an old saw. I even had to replace a switch on this. Now you know how these things have a super high surge when they start. Let's see if this will handle it. My thing broken? Guess I need another switch. Let's see what the load is. Well, definitely handled that, no problem at all. Which is great, because I have a container down in Florida I like to hook one of these up to with some solar panels, and they don't have to run electric to it. This is a 15 amp Harbor Freight chop saw. Let's see how this does. Looks like the startup peaked it. Let's try it again, unless it's because it's been sitting. It's been out here a while. Let's try it again. No. So it looks like the startup is just over 2,000 watts, but you can trick it. If you just pull it, it'll do the overload error. But if you do the So I guess you can't do a heavy-duty chop saw. I suppose you can if you want to feather the trigger. It's got a high starting amps, huh? So what do I think of this unit? I think it's a powerhouse. 2,000 watt with a 4,000 peak. 310 volt AC outlets. It runs almost anything you can throw at it. Barely did that chop saw, but I was impressed. A lot of full load amps when you start them motors. It's a 15 amp. Probably full load amps at about 25. It doesn't have a fancy display that shows you how many hours are left when you're charging or discharging. The fans I don't think are variable. Every time I heard them kick on it was full blast. So they're a little bit noisy, but that's not a big factor to me. It does not have wireless charging, which you may or may not care about. It also does not have an LED, which you may or may not care about. For a 2,000 watt unit, that's a pretty good deal, especially if you use a MotoCheez discount that I'll have in the description below. If you're looking for one of these, I'll have all the information in the description below, including links, discounts, and all the information on this. Thanks for watching.
Getting them birdies?
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.